The Dyatlov Pass Incident. For decades, the Dyatlov Pass Incident remained one of the greatest mysteries of the modern age. 9 experienced hikers set out into the Ural Mountains in 1959, never to return. When a search party finally discovered their bodies, the circumstances defied logic. Some had crushed bones without external wounds, others lay nearly naked in the snow, their skin an unnatural shade of orange. Radiation traces were found on their clothing. Their tent had been torn from the inside, as if they had fled in terror. Theories ranged from avalanches to military experiments, yet none could explain the horrors that befell the group. What if the answer never surfaced because one man, the 10th hiker, knew the truth and chose to disappear? In 2013, an old man was found in a remote village deep in the Siberian wilderness. He had no official records, no relatives, and refused to speak with strangers. But when a young journalist, intrigued by rumors of a ghost survivor, gained his trust, the old man finally told his story, one that would rewrite everything we thought we knew about the Dyatlov Pass. "My name was Alexei Trofimov," he began, his voice frail but firm. "I should have died that night. I should have died with my friends." The journalist listened in stunned silence as Alexei recounted what truly happened. The expedition was supposed to be routine, a challenging but rewarding trek through the Kolet-Syakhl mountain. The group was well prepared, led by the skilled Igor Dyatlov. They laughed, took photos, documented everything in a journal. But something was watching them. The first signs were subtle. Whispered voices carried by the wind, shadows moving in the tree line at night. At first, they dismissed it as paranoia, until the footprints appeared. Large, deep, inhuman. The snow around them was undisturbed, as if whatever made them had materialized from the void itself. Then the noises started. A low-frequency hum vibrated through their bones, coming from nowhere and everywhere at once. Their compasses spun wildly. Their radios emitted static bursts that almost sounded like words. But the worst was the unease, the growing certainty that something was closing in. On February 1st, they set up camp on the eastern slope of the mountain. That night, the terror struck. Alexei described waking up to a deep, penetrating cold that was unnatural. A cold that felt alive. The tent fabric trembled, and then a shriek. A sound that was not human. Panic erupted. Someone tore at the tent from the inside. The group fled into the night, half-dressed, running blindly. But the thing in the dark didn't chase them. It was already among them. Semyon screamed as his chest collapsed inward, as if an invisible force had crushed him. Lyudmila clawed at her own face, her eyes wide with something worse than fear. Recognition. She had seen it. Alexei ran. He didn't stop, even when his lungs burned, even when the screams behind him faded into unnatural silence. He ran until his body gave out, collapsing in the snow miles from the horror. He woke up in a small hunter's cabin, rescued by a reclusive Mansi tribesman. The man never asked where Alexei came from, only warning him, never go back. The mountain is not ours. Alexei knew he could never return to civilization. No one would believe him. Worse, some might already know and want it buried forever. So he disappeared. The journalist sat, unable to speak. He had come seeking a survivor's story, but he had found something much darker. "Why tell me now?" he finally whispered. Alexei's aged eyes locked onto his. "Because whatever it was, it never left that place. But I hear the whispers again. It's waking up." A month later, the journalist's article was ready. But before it could be published, he vanished without a trace. The last entry in his notebook read, "I'm going to the Dyatlov Pass. He was never seen again."